Welcome to another RSR. Tonight we are predicting the 2023-2024 NFL Playoffs Divisional Round. 4 games, 2 games per day. 2 on the 20th, 2 on the 21st. The best weekend of NFL to most people. If you ask everybody, they say this is the best weekend of the year in the NFL. We'll see if that stands, of course. And you get this a day early because, well, tomorrow we got a packed day on this channel. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. So hopefully with an extra day, this divisional video could get more views than last year's. You would think it would. But with that being said, let's talk about it. Saturday, January 20th. Starting off with the Houston Texans at Baltimore Ravens. I will be going live for this one on the 20th. And it also, de facto, be my birthday show as well. So, there you go. Because, again, we got a packed Friday. I don't want to go live 3 times in one day, pretty much. So, there you go. So, my de facto birthday show will also be going live. We'll be going live for Houston, Baltimore. So, Houston versus Baltimore. Start with all the fall raw. Here we go. Houston, Baltimore. Houston, a team who had a great offensive performance against the Cleveland Browns last weekend, who have played well this year, who have very much outpaced their expectations for this first year under DeMeco Ryans and C.J. Stroud. Whereas you have the first seed Baltimore Ravens, this game's being played at M&T Bank Stadium. The Baltimore Ravens, who have been dominant, who have been really unstoppable, except for a couple of games. Again, aforementioned Cleveland Browns, they lost to. And they lost to the Colts earlier this year in that long game with like multiple kicks and overtime. It was wild. It was a absolute joke of a game, I should say. Pretty much. But I hope I wasn't dreaming that up. I don't know. I think that was real. Maybe I was dreaming that up. But with that being said, I saw it on freaking Game Center, the Pluto version of freaking Red Zone. But with that being said, Houston, I like the way they're playing right now. I really do. Baltimore, they are beatable. They are unstoppable, but they're also beatable. And that's the thing for me is that if you think about it, or not if you think about it, but if Houston throws a shutout, not a shutout, a perfect game. If they throw a perfect game, there's no way they throw a shutout. If they throw a perfect game and match Baltimore at every turn, they could win this game. And you know what? I have a funny feeling they are. I have a funny feeling that C.J. Stroud is going to pick up where he left off, and he's going to have an amazing game. This is going to be a shootout. But Houston keeps in lockstep. And they win with they get the ball last and they win. Because C.J. Stroud threw a perfect game, pretty much. It's going to be hard, but I could see it happening. Just a hunch. You don't want to play Houston. Baltimore, this is not a guaranteed win. Not at all. Like, yeah, you're the better team. If you get a stop, you probably win the game. I mean, they have to stay in lockstep to win. But if Houston wants to win. But I think they will. I just have a hunch that they will. Houston wins. They move on to the AFC Championship in my book. Next up, Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco Giants. I will watch this one. And once both games are over, I will review both as a game day, of course. So I'll go live, sit back and watch Green Bay, San Francisco off of camera, and then we'll review both games once Green Bay San Fran is over. Like I did a couple of times last weekend. Well, no, like I did on Sunday last weekend with the Cowboys game and all that. Then the Rams and Detroit played. But Green Bay San Francisco, even though Jordan Love had a similar performance to C.J. Stroud, I don't think lightning strikes twice in one day. I don't. Do I think there will be an upset on Saturday? Yes. Do I think one of Jordan Love or C.J. Stroud will pick up where they left off and win a game because of it? Yes. Do I think Lightning will strike twice? No. San Francisco, even if Jordan Love has an amazing game, which I think he will. I think he will. Brock Purdy still has so many weapons that it's basically pick your poison of how you want to get beat. I know they've lost 3 games this year. They had that 3-game losing streak. Other than that, San Francisco has been absolutely perfect. I don't see why they wouldn't be. Yeah, they do have... I'd say they have more weaknesses than Baltimore, to be completely honest. I don't think the Packers could beat those weaknesses, though, or find those weaknesses like Houston can on Baltimore. I think Houston is the perfect adversary to Baltimore. I don't think Green Bay is the perfect adversary to San Francisco. Yes, Jordan Love will have a great game. Brock Purdy will do what he does. I won't say perfect game. He'll do what he does. San Francisco wins in the end, though. San Francisco 49ers to the NFC Championship. Then on Sunday, January 21st, we got Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions. I'll be going live for this one because, well, technically my team is still in the playoffs. And Detroit, well, if they win, they got history. So, seems like the better one to go live for than Kansas City Buffalo. It is what it is. But for me, Tampa Bay, Detroit, it's a very even game, but it's being played at Ford Field. I think Jared Goff, right now, I won't say had a better performance during Wild Card Weekend, but he's had a better season overall. Baker Mayfield has definitely carried the Bucs. He's playing well. If he needs his wide receivers to play better than they did against Philadelphia. Because, yes, Tampa beat Philly like a government mule. They would have beat them even harder if Mike Evans would have caught like 5 passes, like 5 of the balls he was thrown. Same with Kate Otten. Baker needs his receivers to catch, right? And he also needs Rachaad White to have just as good of a game as he did on Monday night. Point being is you got to do the same thing you did to Philly with probably more points scored on you because I think Detroit will score more. And have your wide receivers actually catch the ball. Like the scoreline does flatter Tampa, while it also sort of flatters Philly when they played. Detroit, they got a really good defense. They got Goff. I think Detroit has a better defense than Tampa. I don't think Tampa is going to force Goff to have to make those big throws on third down. Big third downs. I think Detroit has the energy. I think Detroit wins. I think Detroit will go play San Francisco in the NFC title game, which is not exactly what I want to see. I'd rather see it be Detroit versus Green Bay and Green Bay come down back to Detroit, where basically their run started beating them on Thanksgiving. Detroit, for revenge and for a chance to go to the Super Bowl, plays them again at Ford Field for the second time in 1 year. Hopefully this time they win. We're not getting that. I'd love to get that. We're not getting that. Hell, if Green Bay wins, it's more likely Tampa Bay probably wins, knowing my wants. But I would rather see Green Bay versus Detroit because, 1, rivalry. 2nd of all, revenge. 3rd of all, Detroit could beat the team who's lorded over them for years to get to the Super Bowl in their own house. Super Bowl in their own house. To me, that sounds better than going to San Francisco and then pulling the upset, but that's just me. And then finally, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills. This time, Josh Allen has owned Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. I think Buffalo's the better team right now. I think the Chiefs, they did play a bit better in the wild card than they did all season. But Buffalo, they played damn well against Pittsburgh. They actually showed they were for real. They're playing at home in Orchard Park. Josh Allen has to finally find a way to beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, and I think he does here because Buffalo are better off right now than Kansas City are. Patrick will have a good game. Travis Kelce, I'm sure he'll do something. I'm sure the Kansas City defense will look good, but I just don't think they have enough to beat the Buffalo Bills. In the situation of Buffalo is better right now and actually has an offense. Buffalo Bills beat Kansas City to get to the AFC title game, which means it'll be Houston at Buffalo if my picks are correct. So Detroit at San Francisco, Houston at Buffalo if my predictions are correct. Of course, we start with the AFC title game. Houston at Buffalo, which if I will go live on that Sunday. If it's Detroit or Tampa, it's more likely, very likely that if I go live, or I will go live on Conference Championship Sunday, it's the NFC title game. So review comes straight out after the live, like normal. So there you go. But there you go. There's my 4 predictions. Houston, San Francisco, Detroit, Buffalo. I think those are good predictions. We'll see what happens. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you Friday morning, 5:30 in the morning. This is why we're doing this. For the Asian Cup, Iraq versus Japan. Live in RSR. Then I'm going to go to sleep as soon as the RSR is up. Then on Friday night, 7 o'clock, I will see you for El Salvador versus Inter de Miami in Miami's preseason. They kick off their preseason because, of course, it's being shown. It's Messi Mania. I need some good numbers in January. Messi, bless me. So, I know how Messi Mania worked during last year. I'm sure January people are going to watch a meaningless preseason game. So, let's do it. So, 2 things. In the morning, Iraq, Japan. At night, Miami, El Salvador. Saturday, birthday show. Houston at Baltimore live. Divisional RSR after the second game. Sunday, Tampa Bay, Detroit live. Divisional Sunday RSR after the games are over. And that's the next 3 days. Next 3 days. Yes. And that's as far as I can tell you. Because my brain is damn near fried. That's about as much as I can tell you. The numbers in January just be nice. With that being said, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Not much longer. Pretty much 10 hours. Give or take. See you in 10 hours. If you're here for just me. If you're here for NFL, I'll see you on Saturday, I guess. If you're here for that. I don't know. See you then. I'm running them out. Peace.